I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alright. So for guests, we have Kylie here tonight. Robert, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Robert Weatherby, Joey, and Carl. Let's start out with you, Robert. Do you have something for us?
Yes, I'm still wondering when that illegal meeting minutes are going to be posted.
Wally, you want to take a lead on that?
I thought we had discussed that at the last meeting, and we read the VLTC response to our email. I mean, since the meeting, we admitted the meeting it wasn't a meeting, it was an email chain, but that constituted a violation of the open meeting law. And since it was a violation meeting, there are no meeting minutes. So and it would be wrong to create minutes after the fact to fit the scenario. So, and that was that was our thought, and that was supported by the VLTC. There are not going to be meeting minutes in relation to what we admitted to as an open meeting violation.
Yeah, but Secretary of State says it falls under the public meeting in which minutes have to be recorded and posted.
Yes, if it's a properly warned meeting, but we've admitted to that email chain being an open meeting.
It's still a public meeting.
We
And it
can,
has to be posted by the Secretary of State.
Bob,
I don't care about the VLCT.
well, if you want to pursue it further, Bob, that's the guidance we were given from the VLTC, that we cannot, it doesn't make sense, and it's probably even more illegal than the open meeting law, to create minutes to fit something that didn't happen in accordance with the way it was supposed to.
Well, what if you just give him the email?
The email to what? We've already shared. We've already shared all that
You
with him.
can't interrupt, Carl, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really technical now.
It's what it is.
Yeah. But no.
Okay, we can do that.
But we have already we've already but since it happened, we've already shared all the email with Robert.
No, you haven't shared them all.
Yes, we have, Robert.
The only one that mentioned anything from the time you sent the letter out to the time it was approved, there was only one conversation, and that was from Mrs. Shepherd, said it looked good, and nobody else said a word on what you sent me.
Correct, because you voiced your concerns, and everything else after that occurred in the meetings.
No.
Well, Bob, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we've given you what's happened. We've given you the emails. There's nothing else to give you.
Okay, if you say so. I'll still check into it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have something, Kylie?
No, I'm just here.
Okay. Joy's here. Carl.
I have a couple things, but I'm here for you.
Okay.
I'm just wondering how close we are to getting the shrubs trimmed around the generator in the back of my house.
That was probably on me, Carl. I'm not sure if I brought it up in the spring, so I will.
I came to the meeting and brought it up.
I know.
I know you did.
I'm saying I don't know if I carried it forward to Jason, so I will note that.
I know, I
Yeah,
wasn't in
yeah.
a hurry, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
getting out of time with it.
Yep.
You said a couple things?
Just a couple questions, one other question. Is there a petition going around to get a fire truck on the ballot for?
Nothing I've seen.
Nothing I'm aware of.
I haven't.
Well, and Andy would be the.
We have nothing.
No.
Nothing? Okay, that's all I have.
Okay. All right. So, now we go on to discussion of forestry property.
So I guess, Kyle and I were in discussion one of the last times I was in here, and I think I was supposed to bring it up at last meeting. We didn't bid on any properties this year, so our budget for, we have money in the budget, so we can do something with that property if we decide to tear it down, or are we gonna try to sell it? I guess, so just to bring it up, just to discuss it here.
I think we should try to sell it.
I agree.
I can't see any advantage to us investing any more money into it. And the only reason we bought it was because nobody else bid on it at tax sale.
Okay.
We're able to recover the cost of what we put into it to clean it up, correct?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I have some big concerns. It's a huge eyesore there, and we sell it and then it sits there like that. I mean,
You're gonna
Like-
create another eyesore by tearing it down.
um,
You need to go on the back side and look what's on the back side of that,
what's on it?
the building and back.
Yeah, is it bad?
Yes. I was there recently for a fire call, so yes.
Oh no,
So it's,
it's like right on that corner too as you're kind of coming around.
It used to be a cute place though. I mean,
yeah.
we potentially could sell it to somebody and they would fix it up because they didn't have to spend a lot of money buying it. And they could fix it up and have a nice little home.
Can you put stipulations on something like that?
I think we discussed that, and we,
Yeah,
can't
I was just
legally-
trying to remember if we could.
So, like,
No, you can't.
No, the only way you could do something like that is if one of those programs, not Homes for Humanity, what's
yeah,
the
and
other
they're
one?
not interested.
And they're not interested, so, but they can put stipulations on it when they do it and they rebuild it and they give it to a family. Then they can say this is the standard, but we can't.
Okay.
How does Jason, I mean, does that hinder him from his plowing at all? No. Okay.
And we do have a pure parcel across the road that he uses, and he's mentioned many times he doesn't wanna see the town do away with that one, the one that borders the cemetery.
Okay, so there would be it wouldn't help us to keep it and just tear the building down, so, no.
No, because that'd be a huge
So I think we
snowbank
should
right
just-
there, no.
Alright, well then-
I think we should just sell it.
Okay.
I agree.
Alright, can we get a motion on the table for this?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passed.
On that topic, did we pursue selling the property along that small, like, sliver? We never did. Okay.
Which one?
The one from, like,
On Choices?
South Richford Road to the railroad trestle.
Technically, I guess it's J Road.
Yeah, to the railroad trestle, there's like a small,
Yeah.
what is it, like 1.125?
Decent sized lot.
But I mean, it's
Where
not
is it
functional.
located?
Directly between the old railroad tracks and 105.
It's a little narrow strip right along.
Well, I know a guy that bought that,
Yeah, I think I could guess one too that would be interested.
Alex.
Well,
It makes all of his land have road frontage.
yeah. Yep, so
Okay, I know
potentially
what you're
could.
talking
Yeah.
about.
So I
Okay.
think maybe we oughta, at the same time, let's work on getting that one listed as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have somebody pay taxes on it versus having us own it, right?
We don't use it for anything.
No.
Right.
Probably never will, so.
Exactly.
That's fair, I mean,
That makes
like he
sense.
said, I mean, it gives somebody road access, but I mean, it by itself, it's not functional.
Right.
Okay. Park and ordinance review, we just got the updates tonight.
I don't think, the only thing that's been updated is, the edits from last time.
Okay.
Michael still has an email out, to the town attorney and hasn't heard
Okay.
back, so I think
Okay.
until we hear from them on those couple questions we had, I don't think we can move forward with anything.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, approval of 9/18/2023 meeting minutes and 9/25/23 meeting minutes. Is there any corrections to the minutes? Any comments?
I think Michael did a really good job summarizing the frustrating police conversation. But,
That was a hard one.
yeah, I know. I mean, but I think you did a good job doing the best you could with a very long discussion. I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
That was for the 18 one
Yeah.
only? Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 25th.
Second it.
Any discussions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. Update from town administrator.
I got a couple things. I forwarded you guys an email last week about that housing grant that we discussed with Tammy that she was interested in, but it turns out that's not gonna be a good fit for what she was looking for, so that's off the table now. So we don't have to do anything with that. I don't think I brought this up at the last meeting, but Wally and I moved the trash day to the 21st of October instead of the 14th. I had some obligations that day, so
Okay.
we
So it's
switched
to
it.
the 21st?
21st, yeah. It's the
Is that on
following
the
Saturday.
signs?
Yeah, it has-
Yeah,
it's been
You already
updated
changed
out.
it on the signs?
Yeah, this was, before I even advertised it.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
switched
okay,
it,
so I had the
everything
sign
was-
on my wall, on my door, okay, we're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that one's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So for the Municipal Energy Resilience Program, we had toured the fire station and Historical Society building last week. I don't really have any information, the guy came through, took a lot of pictures, walked through them, asked some questions about the buildings, like their age and stuff, and that was really it. Took pictures of like the water meter, took pictures of the heating system in the building, so that was pretty much it. He says he doesn't do the reports. Back to their headquarters, and then they have people that write up and kind of develop the plan, so I'm not sure what's gonna come out of that. The next few are in December,
Okay.
the big ones, for like the town hall, post office,
Yeah, let me know.
and the library, like these three,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
well in December, so.
Alright.
We have to wait a while.
You introduced me to one of the ladies that's involved with this, so I'm gonna be the point of contact for that.
Okay, yeah, just let me know, and I can set up at work.
Do you remember Marlena Valenta? She came here to talk about that grant back in March, I believe, or April. She's the point of contact for Northwest Regional Planning. Kylie Matt, I'm sure, if you had questions, she'll work on it somewhere too. As we move forward, so it should be good. For the Transportation Alternatives Grant, that's the scoping study for the sidewalk. We actually just got word today that they approved Maddie Yando to be the municipal project manager from NRPC.
Nice.
I think the next step is to find an engineering firm that's gonna do that, so they're probably gonna put out RFPs to do that. I'm not sure when that's gonna be. I think Greta asked if the select board was gonna be like the committee, because usually there's committee people that review the RFPs.
Yeah.
I can say, I mean, it's the select board's grant, so I was gonna assume that
Yeah.
it could be brought up at a later meeting
Yep.
for your review whenever that happens.
Yes.
So I'll email her that. The only thing is, we're gonna do a water sewer meeting this week.
I was gonna get to that when we get to there.
Okay.
Get to that.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
I don't know, now's the time to talk about it, but trash day, what do you guys think of, like, there is a white junky Toyota 4Runner that's been dilapidated at that town parking lot, and what do we need, what would we need to do to get the two trailers that have been there for, or at least one, there's one trailer, at least maybe two, that have been there for a long time, because it's not a public parking lot for people's excess equipment, I guess.
So the last time we had an abandoned vehicle, Andre notified, he knew who the owner was, so he notified the owner. and then it was moved, so I would think maybe he would be willing to help out with
Identify the,
vehicle.
and the trailers,
I'm
probably?
not sure about the trailer.
I think I know who one of the owners is.
I don't think it has a license plate on it, and so I'm not sure if he can identify it.
Okay,
Well then, I mean, if we can't identify it, at some point we can just move them.
so we get Andre involved with it.
Because how many months they've been there?
Can you talk to, Michael, can you talk to Andre about that?
Sure.
And we'll see what our step, what he can game plan for us, tell us what we need to do, if it, in what direction.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, like, those 2 trailers belong to Fred Wright's son.
That's what I thought. I knew
And
one.
that white vehicle belongs to the people that used to live in Norman Honey's house, Travis Reed. They told that they pushed it there when they moved out.
So it's probably just something.
It's not,
It's
as
abandoned.
far as I know.
It's abandoned.
I see that somebody's got the doors open on them now.
Yeah.
We still have to go through.
Yeah, process, but maybe eventually it's just as simple as having somebody load it up and take it to the scrapyard. But yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Is that it, Michael?
Yep.
Okay. Highway report?
Highway, pretty slow time of year, you know, the sand's all up, they're, you know, spot grading where it needs it. They've been putting plow frames on, you know, doing a little sandblasting and painting everything up before the winter, painting everything black that needs it, frames. Other than that, you know, doing a little side trimming with the brush, the brush one that, you know, that with the arm, I don't know what we call it, the one that has the extended arm so they can trim back upper branches and stuff. But overall, just little projects that are being done.
Okay. Sherry, buildings report?
Not much going on here.
Okay.
Everything looks good.
Okay.
Is the furnace running in the post office?
Yep.
So we're gonna need to get the boiler inspector to come back and do that one now.
Yes.
So I can schedule that.
Would you do that, please?
If it's running, I just didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, I asked John about it and I said, I'll get you, yes, good to go. So,
Okay.
I can get
we
that.
paid Bill. Everything's paid for it.
All right, water and sewer, I have nothing to report, and I was just gonna bring up, we're gonna be able to have a meeting this week.
Nice to try to get that wrapped up and we can post it with Wally's thing.
So it's up Thursday at 3. You have anything to add, Alan? Okay, we got a lot of meetings in a row.
Yeah, we have.
Is there any more news on billing quarterly instead of every 6 months?
We gotta change the rules first, because the rules in
Didn't you
effect.
give somebody a discount on their water before the rules come into effect?
Did we give somebody,
Yeah, Danny Jenko, when she come to the meeting about not paying her bill.
I think we did do an adjustment.
So you adjusted hers with the new rules, but you can't make a decision on this?
I would like to think that I'd be included in the decision because I'd be doing the work, and I'm not ready to do that. It's a lot of work.
That'd be so much better for the people in Richmond.
I know, I've thought about it at length, it's just twice the payments, it's twice the money that we're processing, it's twice the visits to the office.
So in processing the money, it comes down to pennies why you can't do improvements to make things better in Richmond.
Oh, I don't doubt that there are things we could do to make things better, I don't doubt that at all, it's just our time is in question, and I would think I'd be involved with that, with the select board when they make that decision.
Okay, parks, playground, cemeteries report.
Nothing, Nick's gonna drain the water this week, so that's pretty much all I have.
Hello, time of year.
Yeah,
Okay, the trash being picked up
Yep.
still.
Dog bags put
Yep.
out. And, yeah.
All right, do we have any other business at this time?
I had one real quick. Coin drop this weekend.
Oh, thank you.
That's why I came.
Fire department would like to have coin drop this weekend from 9 to 1.
Yes, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have any questions about it?
Everyone okay with that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
As far as some new business, I had somebody ask me, you'll have to forgive me because I'm not familiar with the woman who lost her life over here when the house burned down.
Southern Union.
Yeah.
Yeah. asking what was being done with that property, because it's a debacle.
That's the
Things are
Bergeron
getting
place?
Yeah, it falls upon the owner,
piled, it
right?
does fall upon the owner. So they can just pile stuff there and just kind of leave
Well, I heard-
heaping stuff, like there's
That's
no
not the owner's
town.
doing that.
No, I know, but there's no
That's-
town like, you can leave a burned property in the middle of the town like that, there's nothing.
I don't know if zoning has something they can do on their end, I think it would have to be
I think
cleaned.
that they've been in contact and I think they're trying to figure out how to clean it up.
Okay.
Well, and I heard today at the soccer game that somebody's towed a dilapidated vehicle out
Yeah.
there.
Yep,
Plus there's a bunch of furniture up there too.
yep,
That wasn't there.
that wasn't
No.
there, it's
Yeah.
being.
So some
I
people are
didn't-
using it as a dump site,
Yeah.
which we, I guess, I don't know that, we gotta get the property owner to clean their part up, but I don't know if they're responsible, I mean, for the people dumping stuff on their site.
It's their property.
Even,
Even though people are dumping on it, if somebody dumps stuff on my property, it's my responsibility to pick it up and find out who's doing it and then follow
Yeah,
the right protocol with it to call the
They
cops.
looked into to see who the owner was of the vehicle that got dumped there. There's no trace of it, it's like nobody owns it.
Not crazy.
I've just had a couple of people in
Yeah.
town that say to me, what's going on with it, but it's a mess.
Anything else on other business?
I had just one executive session thing.
Okay. Alright.
I think, did you say you had something?
So what's the procedure on getting to petition something to get it on the ballot? 5% of the voters,
Yeah.
then I bring it to the board, and it gets put on the ballot.
If it's a bond vote, then it's 10% of the voters.
What if it's a vote to get the garbage billed quarterly,
The garbage or water sewer?
water and sewer?
I don't know the protocol of that, to be honest, Carl.
I'll find out.
Okay.
Well, right now, our ordinance does say it has to be twice, could only be twice a year.
So it's
So
really.
we're
That's what
trying
the-
to
so it's
change
in the
that
ordinance.
before we look at going to quarterly.
But you've been saying that for a year. You give somebody a break on their water using the new rules that aren't voted in yet, but you can't do something that's gonna help every single taxpayer that pays water and sewer. That's thrown under the rug.
Okay, so we answered the question. At this point, we're not gonna go any further with arguments back and forth.
I'm not arguing, I just wanna know how you can do it for one but not the other.
I don't believe we're not doing it for one or not the other, so.
Alan just admitted you did it for the lady with the water thing.
But was that through the new water rules, or I'm still new to the whole select board thing, but the way it was explained to me, we have, in the past, always
Yeah.
if people come to us, we'll consider the circumstances and, work with folks. So I don't know that, I don't think it was a new process, I just think,
It's up to.
You did it, in the past you did do it that way, but the last one that I'm talking about, it was specifically said, you're gonna figure it out according to new rules. of how
In the
much it costs
past,
to treat
the only rule was there was no rules. Everybody got a different deal by coming to the select board. What we're trying to do by changing the rules is get a uniform policy in place for everybody. And however we came to the decision to do what we did for the lady you're talking about,
It was
it's
based
no
on the
different than
rules.
anything that was done in the past. The board just looked at the circumstances, decided how they were gonna handle it, and
I don't even know if those
Decision.
rules had been written yet at that time.
So-
I think this was something that we were trying to put out there where there would be no cost to the taxpayers and not hurting the resident of the town of Richford. And that's how we wanna operate. We're looking to get a fair cost of what it costs to process the water, but at the same time not hurt the resident. And I think that's.
And that's the new rule,
The rule was.
potential.
That's what we're moving forward with, that's what we would like to see, that's what we don't want
Right.
to.
And during that meeting, it was said that I'll have to figure out what it would be on a new policy, how much it costs us to treat that water that she wasted.
But the policy wasn't written yet,
Yes, it was.
it was just out there.
I'll bring in the minutes of that
Okay.
meeting and I'll show you.
do you know roughly what timeframe that was discussed, Carl? Just so I can narrow it if I wanna look. I mean, if you bring them, it's fine too, I mean.
2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago.
Okay.
Because she came to the meeting once and talked about it.
Okay.
Then Alan says, well, I'm gonna have to look up how many gallons and what it costs to process
Right, so
that
we don't have
water.
the cost and
And
everything.
that's the
Right.
exact same thing, it's in the rules, like Alan just described, so it's gonna be fair to everybody. So, he didn't do it the old way, I'll just bring in the minutes of the meeting. and I'll
Whether we
bring in
did it the
videotape.
old way or the new way, doesn't matter. I mean, in the past, we didn't set the precedent that boards would try to help somebody that had a significant leak. Other boards set the precedent. We've always just tried to treat, look at the circumstances and come up with a solution that's fair to everybody, fair to the homeowner and fair to all the other people on the water system. Whether we use the formula that we're gonna use for the new policy or not, like Andy said, we tried to come up with a solution that helped out the homeowner, but at the same time, didn't cost everybody else on the water system any money. Whatever the deal was would have included money to cover the cost of treating the water, so nobody else on the water system would have been hurt by what we did.
And that's what I'm saying, Alan, you guys are doing that to fix a problem that's been in the past. So you use the new policy, the new policy, if it gets voted in, is exactly just like you said.
Right, but it hasn't been
And I
voted
asked
in yet,
about
so we
getting
didn't
billed
use.
every quarterly.
What I'm
And
saying-
you said then
That's
that it was a
not-
good idea, and when it passes, we could probably do that.
Right,
And a lot of people complimented on it by watching the video and saying, that will save me, even Sherry said it'd be so nice to get a
Everything.
$400 bill,
Instead of
a $200 bill instead of,
Carl, then that's like an office issue though, like that's a workflow thing. I have Marissa and myself in the office, Michael's leaving. It's a two-person office, that's twice the work for us, it's twice the collections, it's twice the phone
so
calls.
I'm not saying
I
it's
would love
not gonna be.
nothing more than to have, and it's twice the water rates, I'd love nothing more than to have him go out, we'd be able to capture any leaks sooner. Like, it is all a benefit, it's just, you can't
But I
just
can't.
petition the select board and say, hey, enact it. Like, we gotta be prepared in order to be able to handle that
I've
as
been
well.
asking for this for years, when Alan was on the board,
And-
the
and-
town clerk.
I think it's a good idea, I have to be able to do it too and keep up with the rest of my work.
I realize it's gonna be more work, but you don't have to bill per gallon you bill one time for the base rate, next time for the gallons. So you're still just reading 2 times a year. So
Estimate.
it's just a
Then
matter
there's,
of,
in my opinion, then that would be, I don't think you should do it like that, because I think there are a lot of residents who have leaks, they don't realize it. Elderly people can't hear their toilets running until they have this, $3,000 bill, and then they're like,
That
oh
would
my gosh,
eliminate
I
that.
can't pay for that. Right, if you read meters, but you have to be able to read the meters a lot
most of
sooner.
the meters are,
Anyway, I think it's a benefit, I just don't think, I'm not ready for it yet. So for you to set a
Charlie,
petition, I don't think.
I don't know what your
that
job
that's
is,
not
I
the
don't
answer.
know what's involved in
I
your
have
job.
a lot of skin in
I'm
the
sure you
game in
do.
this, and water and sewer.
But a lot of people, even when Alan was the clerk, asked about this. For all these years, we can't get a program into place to make it better for the taxpayer.
There's always room for improvement, and I agree with you, I
No
think it would
improvement's
be a
happening.
benefit. I have to be able to handle it though, and in our current situation, it's a lot of added work.
Okay, that will be it for other business. You wanna go in executive?
Okay.
Okay. All right, someone a motion to go in
I'll make the
executive?
motion to go into executive.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
What was it?
For personnel.